Welcome to Zelda 2 Adventure of Link walkthrough. If you've come here for my Legend of Zelda walkthrough, you'll notice I'm actually speaking this time. It's to actually make it easier on you guys because NES games are hard to make walkthroughs for if you're not talking. This time, Link has actually been wandering around for the last few years. He's come back to Hyrule because he found the symbol of Hyrule on the back of his hand, and it led him to Zelda here. Yes, that is the original Zelda, put to sleep, and our goal is to take 6 crystals, which you'll probably remember from A Link to the Past, if you've played it before, and put it in palaces throughout Hyrule. So our first goal is to go to Parapa Palace, which is to the northeast of us. Before we do that, we have to follow this road south to Rauru Village. Two things you have to do here. First off, you need to know where the healing woman is. That'll be this woman here. She always looks like that. She's always basically in front of a house. All you have to do is talk to her. And you can actually skip the text if you like, and just press up to go into the house. The only way you can enter homes is if the door is open. If it's closed, you need to actually go into the next segment of town or exit the town and come back in and talk to the person again. For our case, we need to actually head into the second segment past this wall. Walk to the second house. You'll notice it by it being basically a gray brick house, and a woman will come out. Talk to her, and her father should want to speak with you. Wait for her to enter the door and go in. All you have to do from now is walk all the way right until you get into the basement. Speak to the wizard at the end and you'll actually gain your first spell. Shield will be one of your more useful spells since it cuts the amount of damage you take. The number next to the spell name is the amount of magic you'll be using. 32 at this level will be about 2 bars of your magic right now. So press start and continue left and exit Rauru Village. From here you're going to want to follow the road northeast to the cave just to our right. And if you actually end up in random encounters, this is where you're going to learn to fight, by the way. A is to slash, B is to jump. Simple. In order to kill these spiders, make sure they're coming down at your head, move a little bit, and keep slashing. They'll take about 1 hit to kill. As for these ones here who are throwing the spears, all you have to do is run up to him, hit him with the sword twice, and he will die. And the numbers you actually see popping out of them are the number of points you get, but in our case, they are actually experience points. If you look to the top right, that shows how much experience points you have at the time. The 50 you see is how much experience points you need to reach the next level of your magic, attack, or your life. We'll go more into that once I actually level up. Caves will be dark until you finish Parapa Palace, and we get the count from there. On the way to the exit here, you're going to need to watch the floors for a creature called a Louder. You can actually tell where it is if you look closely at the ground. You'll actually see it moving. All you have to do is bend over and slash until you kill it. Once you're done that, continue to the exit. And here we are on Parapa Desert. Now, our goal is Parapa Palace to the north of us now, but first off, we're going to want to head south for Heart Container. Watch out for the bubbles as they will actually damage you, and if you're not careful, they will knock you directly into the water, which will kill you, causing you to lose 1 life. Unlike the first Legend of Zelda, you don't automatically die. You actually have 3 lives from the beginning. You can actually increase your life count by finding a Link doll throughout the game. But if you do run out of lives, the game is completely over, and our enemy from the Legend of Zelda will actually return, and that enemy is Ganon, who we killed with the silver arrow. Now, as you notice, my health is really low. There's a good way to solve that problem. This orange gorilla here will constantly throw boomerangs at you. What you must not do is jump at the heart while it's still alive. If you jump at the heart while it's still alive, you will raise it above your head. Your health will increase as well as your max health, but the gorilla will continue attacking and you will still continue to take damage. In order to avoid that, what you're going to do is jump right at the gorilla and kill it. Now, once everything's all clear, jump on the heart, and your health bar will increase by 1. There are a total of 4 heart containers and 4 magic containers. We'll find a magic container after we complete Parapa Palace, but make sure you get this heart container first since it's very valuable to have before entering Parapa Palace. Now all you have to do is continue up the desert again and go straight north. Alright guys, welcome to your first palace. All you have to do is jump over the steps and go to elevator number 1. There are a total of 3 elevators, and just remember that this is elevator number 1. First off, you're going to head left, killing all these kobolds that come charging at you, or jumping over their head. You can completely avoid them since they give you no experience points. The blue bots up top are rather annoying. They will respawn even if you kill them. This red Stalfos here, he can't be killed if you do a high attack. You must bend down and attack its lower body. And the only way to do it successfully without taking too much damage is to run, bend down, turn around, bend down, and slash again, over and over until he dies. Now this is the leveling system that they have implemented. The number next to the symbol, which will be the sword, potion, and the heart, represent how much experience points you need in order to level that up. It's a little bit complicated, but just note that every time you select one of them, the amount of experience needed will increase. So my recommendation is to increase life at least twice, or if you want to increase your attack, increase that twice. But don't increase your magic just yet. And you'll always know the level of your attack, magic, or life by the number next to your stat at the top of the screen. So continue left until you get this kobold and make sure you kill him. In order to pick up keys, you need to actually attack it. Other items you find around the palaces will just need you to step on them. And be careful with these blue bots, they tend to jump down without you realizing it. And take note of these blue vases here. Will recover your magic by a small amount. When you find red vases, they will increase your magic by a large amount, possibly increasing it to the max depending on your level. So continue all the way to the right past elevator number 1. So just continue right and you'll find a bubble here. He cannot be killed at all, but if you attack it, it will actually stun it for a second, which is okay, but not really necessary. Your best bet is to always constantly avoid those things. In this room here, Stalfoses will drop from the sky. So make sure to charge at it, bend down, and attack it. That's really the only surefire way of destroying it. Avoid going down this elevator number 2 here for now. We're going to come right back to it. Kill this next Stalfos, the exact same way you've been killing the others. Continue to next room. In this room, there's a bubble that'll bounce around. It's not really scary, since there's only one of them and they're easily dodged. Kill the Stalfos here, and continue right until elevator number 3. Take the elevator number 3 up, avoid taking a ferry if you did continue right a bit, and kill all the kobolds that are coming right at your face. Grab the key, and continue right. At the end of this room will be something called a Goomba. It'll be similar to a Hammer Brother that you face off in Super Mario. Now wait for there to be a slight gap in its attack. After that you can jump right on in and hit its face to push it backwards, and just stand near the middle of this little hole in order to have it walk right into your slashes. Now a nice little feature of the leveling system, you can actually hit cancel and save your experience for leveling up another statistic. Leveling magic is rather useless right now. You're going to want to save until you reach 200 experience. You can actually hit the statue for a red vase. Like I said, this will recover a large portion of your magic. Make sure you get that key before you leave, since you'll need it in order to get into the boss room. And continue back to elevator number 3. If you head right, you'll actually find a ferry here. If you haven't taken it, good on you. Because if you take elevator number 3 down, you're fighting 3 strong enemies, and you're going to want to save that ferry for after that battle, since there is actually a boss after them. Do your best to keep that ferry alive, and head back to elevator number 2. Head down from elevator number 2 into a room with a ton of magic bubbles. Your best bet for taking minimal damage is to actually use your shield spell. Now there's a weird little thing where you actually have to open up your menu by pressing start, and then that'll activate the spell. Then you can press select in order to activate the spell. I recommend using it since you'll actually take quite a bit of damage since these bubbles are unavoidable. Do your best to avoid them, but know that you'll probably get hit, so don't freak out too much. As for these blue bots here, you're going to want to wait for them to come down and attack you. Otherwise, try and jump up when they are least likely to attack you, which is a hard thing to do. Again, we're going to save for 200 experience. In the middle of this bridge will be your first encounter with a point bag. You'll notice it by it looking like a bag with a P on the front. That'll give you 50 free experiences, otherwise it'll be 200. 200 will normally drop in the Stalfos, the Guma, or the Iron Knuckle, which you'll find just past this room. Now in order to get this P bag without falling to your death into the lava, you need to be jumping and try and land in front of the P bag, duck, and attack right away, and immediately afterwards you're going to need to jump forward. Otherwise you will definitely fall into lava, so be careful about that. So now we got 200 experience, I will increase my attack, and now it'll take me one less hit to kill an enemy. Watch out for the Guma up front, do not stop until you actually get within its circle of attack. And do the same tactic you did before, but this time move up in increments to avoid hitting the Guma. If you're lucky, you got a 200 P bag like I did. So leveling up your magic, if you want to, you can do it now because there is actually an Iron Knuckle just ahead like I said, and he's rather tough. Having shield active will make things so much easier and you'll be less likely to die. So activate your shield and move forward. Now there's only one surefire way to kick his butt. Jump up, and as you're landing, you need to attack, since attacking his helmet will actually give you the best chance of hitting him, since he has a shield that can actually block high attacks and low attacks at random. I will level up life again and unlock the door for the candle here. So after you get the candle, continue back to elevator number 2 and know that you're going to have to go to the magic bubble room again. From here, you're going to want to go back to elevator number 3, the one next to the ferry. And like I said, unless you're hurting for health, do not grab this fairy. The Iron Knuckle is again at the bottom, and 2 red Stalfos are there. Now, in order to kill this Iron Knuckle here, you need to actually time it differently, since you have very little room to jump. The way I do it is I jump and jump a little forward and attack as I go down. It's a lot more simpler, and standing still and attacking its face will more than likely force you to take damage and likely get you killed. As you've seen, it just worked perfectly. Now move ahead a little bit to fight some red Stalfos, stay near the bottom and move up one step at a time as you hit it backwards. Now that you've done that, if you need the fairy now, you can head right back up to it and come back down here when you're ready to go. As you can see from the throwing maces, there's one more Guma to deal with. Follow the same tactic, but make sure you're actually close to it when you attack. Now the final Iron Knuckle is just ahead. Attack it as you normally would. And there you go, a point bag. Save it for your life or your attack. In this room is the Horsehead boss. Alright, so the first boss here in the Parapa Palace is, as you expect, easiest. All you need to do is follow the same tactic you use against the Iron Knuckle, which is to jump up, hit his head, and force it backwards. Getting hit by its mace is actually not the ideal way to fight him. If you find things are a little too difficult, cast your shield spell, and it'll make things easier, since you'll take less damage. After that, it's just continually hitting his head, waiting for him to attack, and coming right back at his face. This is pretty much your pivotal moment. Leveling up is the easiest right now, so you can actually skip this putting the crystal into the statue and get all your stats up to 1000 experience points. It doesn't take much to do, just a couple runs of Parapa Palace will get it done for you. And the great thing is, once you put the crystal into the statue, your experience points will max out so you can level up one more stat after that. So that's what I recommend you doing. But if you're just looking to continue along with the story, walk towards the statue, and you'll continue on. The unfortunate thing is you cannot re-enter Parapa Palace as soon as you put the crystal in, since everything gets completely sealed off. Now for those of you wanting to farm, all you need to do is run forward, jump over the statue, and that's it. Exit to the right and Parapa Palace will not be sealed. Continue doing it over and over and over again until you get to 1000 experience for each stat, and then put your crystal in. At that point, it's a wasted effort trying to farm. So guys, thanks for watching Zelda 2 Adventures of Link walkthrough. I'll see you guys in the next one, where we'll find ourselves a magic container, a statue, and we'll find Ruto Town and head down into Death Mountain. Check out the description below for the timestamps to jump to any parts you're having trouble with. Alright guys, so I did a little bit of farming, and if you look above, you'll see my stats have now increased. And now as you'll see, as soon as I put the crystal into the statue, my level will increase. So whichever stat is available to you to increase at the time, just go ahead and do it. Magic will now be useful. I'm going to wait until I have enough experience to level up life. And as before, once you put the crystal into the statue, Palace becomes sealed. Head back through the cave. And you'll notice now everything is lit up. That is due to the candle you have, and you can actually see the louder now. So kill it and continue on. Now you can head back to Rauru Town if your health is low, but otherwise you can head west on this road all the way back to Northern Palace. Instead of going to Northern Palace, go south all the way to the west until you find this cave here. Also, if you see fairies flying around you in the world map, moving towards them, enter a field with a fairy, granting you some free health. Now that we're in the cave, all you have to do is continue all the way to the end, killing all the ladders you see. And be careful with these octo rocks. You can block their attacks with your shield. And at the end, you'll find your first magic container. And there you go. There are 3 more magic containers left to find. So once you're done, exit the same way you came in. And from here, you're going to head due north until you reach a cave. As you've seen that egg bat flying around, what you need to do is you actually need to walk close to it, and at that point it'll swoop down at you, at which point you need to slash. If you fall into the lava pits here, you will actually lose a life, so be careful about that. And there are auto rocks here too, so stand and block their attacks with your shield, and slash them as they're about to jump. At the end of this cave will be a gorilla. Be careful of its boomerangs, because it will come back at you from behind. After you've done that, grab the statue. And this statue will be important for finding the next wizard in Ruto Town, which is the town we're heading to now. So exit the cave, watching out for the egg bat that has respawned. From here, go back down to the road to try and avoid random encounters, and then continue heading west until you find Ruto Town. In this town, we can now find a magic healer who, as you would expect, will recover your magic for you. Don't forget about these health healers too. Simply talk to them as before, and once the doors open, press up and you'll be healed. Now the magic healers are bright orange, and they also stand in front of a house. So all you need to do is talk to the magic healer, they will walk into their house, you walk in, and you'll be healed. Now our goal in Ruto Town here is to go to the second segment of town, to find the next wizard. Talk to the woman who just came out of the first house, and if you did pick up the trophy from the cave in the desert, she will allow you to come inside to see her uncle. And the uncle is, unsurprisingly, a wizard who will teach you a much needed spell in order to cross through Death Mountain. Now that we have the jump spell, we can now cross Death Mountain. So all you need to do is exit Ruto Town and head south. Alright, so first off, head straight down into the cave. Now watch out for these octo rocks, as before. Make sure to kill the first one quickly, kneel, and then kill the next one. Just keep going. You'll face a gorilla here. Be careful with this one as it throws tons of boomerangs. Try to block them as best you can while attacking it. Minimizing your damage in this cave will actually assist you in the future, since you won't have to visit the next town before we go off getting the key items. Up next is another gorilla. Be careful, as before, try and kill it fast while blocking the boomerangs. And this time you're going to save, make sure your jump is active. As for the 8 bats, as before, wait for him to drop down and then slash him. Also watch out for the red bat. He transforms into a fire breathing demon as soon as you hit him. So hit him multiple times and he should die within 2 hits. This is where your jump spell is necessary, so you can reach this ledge up here. After you're up here, you'll exit Seria's cave. From here you want to go straight down to the marsh. And then be careful in these random encounters here. You'll mostly fight Octorocks, so all you have to do is jump to get to them quickly, and make sure you stand up and block their rocks. Otherwise, head to the left of this boulder here to find yourself free life. Step on the link doll and you'll get an extra life. Now from here you're going to continue heading right until you exit the marsh. Continue into the woods, go down, right, and then down again to find Bagu's hut. He'll give you a letter which you'll need to cross the bridge to get to Death Mountain. And from here you're going to try and get back onto the road without losing too much health. Now that you're on the road, as soon as you hit this bridge, you're actually going to come across a bridge with flying Bagus. Watch out for their attacks. Most of the time they'll shoot out their attack mid-air, so be prepared for that. Otherwise duck under them and let them pass you and keep slashing since even if you're attacking, your shield will still block the attack. Once you cross the bridge, head into this small little forest here. Here you'll find a point bag. Once you get it, exit. In this town you're going to want to be careful. Do not talk to any non-vital characters such as this woman who's wandering around and basically anybody else who's wandering around, unless they're specifically a healer or a quest giver. So first off, we're going to head into this open doored house first. Kneel down to look under a table and press B to find a mirror. Talk to the woman who exits the first house you come upon. Enter the house and you'll find your next wizard with the next spell. And this spell is vital to surviving. Now, life costs a lot of magic, but it is absolutely vital that you have it, and the cost will decrease as you level up your magic. After you've done that, head to the third segment. And enter this first little hut. Talk to the guard here, and he will actually raise the bridge for you to cross the river, as long as you have Bagu's letter. found your spell life, which is absolutely vital as you have, and now you have full access to Death Mountain. So from here, this is where things get complicated. You are going to want to try to take the shortest path possible in order to reach Spectacle Rock, and also try to keep as much health as possible while trying to get to Spectacle Rock. In part 3, we'll be going through Death Mountain towards Spectacle Rock, and trying to keep as much health as possible. Shield would be very important, as well as life. Anyways guys, I'll see you in part 3. This is Vault, and thanks for watching. Check the description below for timestamps on certain points of the walkthrough. Welcome to Death Mountain, guys. As we go down Death Mountain, there are actually quite a bit of tough enemies you're going to need to watch out for, like the Gorias, who throw out the boomerangs at you, as well as the Dairas, who throw the axes. But there is a quick way to get through here, and what you're going to want to do is get through here with as much health as possible. So firstly, we're going to take the cave on the right. You're going to want to watch out for these bots, since they will lunge right at your face. Make sure you kill them all. And as before, just continually attack him, jump up and hit his face, just like you would with an iron knuckle. If you need to, go ahead and heal. From here, you're going to take the cave on the right. Now to kill these Octo Rocks, all you have to do is jump up and slash as you come down. And just continue all the way to the end. Take the cave on the right again, and watch out for these 8 bats. Most enemies here will actually drop magic vases for you, so pick them up. Make sure to heal, and then pick them up. And after you're done getting through all of them, continue to the right. Avoid going up this elevator since it'll take you the wrong way. As for the Daira here, fight him just like you would an iron knuckle and he'll go down quickly. After done all that, continue all the way to the right until you exit. From here, you're going to take the bottom right path. Now continue on across the bridge, but watch out for the enemies here. Make sure to block their attacks and do not stop. They will keep coming and it will become harder and harder to deal with them, especially if there are way too many on the screen at once. Take the bottom right cave. And make sure to kill the bots, since you're going to end up finding a red Daira. If you have jump, go ahead and use it, and jump up to higher platforms to get that blue magic vase. Otherwise, you're going to end up having to fight this red Daira. Like before, fight him as you would with the previous enemies. If you're very low in health, go ahead and level up your life. Otherwise, go ahead with attack. And after you finally kill that red Daira, continue hitting right until you reach the exit. And take the cave on the bottom left. From here, you're going to watch out for the blue Goria. Now take the bottom cave. As for this Goria, it's a little bit easier. Once you see the axe behind its head, move forward, hit it, and then back away, out of the range of its attack. And that should stop you from getting hit too much. After you're all done that, continue heading to the right. And take the bottom right cave. watch out for the Goria, who's going to be charging right at you in a bit. And then after you're done that, watch out for the second Goria and the blue bot. Make sure to take advantage of the red potions. Heal whenever you need to. And now that we're out of Death Mountain, head left and enter into Spectacle Rock. From here, watch out for the red Dairas. Just as you would fight an Iron Knuckle, jump over their axe and slash at their face. Make sure to also watch out for Louders, and this red egg bat, once it hits the ground, it turns into a fire-breathing demon bat who shoots fireballs, so watch out for that too. And in the next room, we'll find our next key item, the hammer. Take the elevator down. And if you're in need of magic to heal yourself, go ahead and head to the left to find a red potion. As for these Mews, avoid them until we find your next sword technique, which is the downward slash. And it is incredibly useful, so make sure to, once you get it, to abuse it. Don't bother ducking for these guys. All you do is stand in front of them and slash at their face until they jump into your attack. Grab the red potion and heal if you need to. This time, instead of taking the left path, you're going to go to the right of the elevator. Be careful the next red Daira and wait for him to throw his axe before you jump up and slash him. In this room, you're going to want to watch out for the single Mew that's in the middle platform. Don't jump until it throws itself off the edge. Continue on, and in the next room, you'll find your hammer. Continue on, and you'll find an orange Goria. As usual, wait for it to attack, then jump in and hit it and slash at it. Use the same tactics you've always been using to destroy the red Daira. Now that we got the hammer, exit the same way you came in. Now the next thing we need to do is get our second magic container. Destroy the rock just to the left and walk into the tile and you'll fall into the hole to get your next magic container. Now all you need to do is head left until you exit. From here you're going to want to go right of where you exit Death Mountain and enter the cave. In here, you're going to want to watch out for the Octo Rocks, who will knock you off if you're not careful, so make sure to always be standing and slashing. And once you're out, continue heading up the east side of Death Mountain until you reach Midoro Cave. Now head across this bridge and watch out for the enemies that are here. Once you're through, you're going to want to head to the south of the road to find yourself a 1-up doll. Follow the road back up and avoid going into the graveyard here. Going to graveyard means you'll enter into random encounters with enemies that will take away your experience points every time it hits you. Try to get back onto the road and enter the harbor town of Midoro. If you're low on magic, you're going to need to speak to a magic healer since you'll need the jump spell in order to get one of Link's sword attacks. Go ahead and find an old lady who recovers your magic. After you've done that, activate your jump spell, get a running jump, and jump up to the second floor of this chapel. Once inside, continue all the way to the right, and you'll find the first Hyrule soldier. Now that you know downward stab, things will be a lot easier for you. There are only a few enemies who are immune to the sword technique, like the Stalfos and the Iron Knuckles. As for Red Dairas and Gumas, they are vulnerable to it, but you must be careful not to land in a spot where they're moving towards, otherwise you will still take damage. And once you got the sword technique, head into the third segment of town to find the old woman in the first house of the third segment. She requires medicine, so we're going to need to exit Midoro Town. Now there are only a couple more places we're going to need to go to. One is a cave that holds a point bag, so destroy this rock blocking the way. And continue north up the road. If you recognize this road, this leads you directly to Rauru Town, but we're not going to go there. Our goal is this cave to the right. This holds a heart container at the end. As for these Mews, you can now use downward thrust. Make sure you jump and hold down until you hit the enemy. Make sure to continue holding down as you're hitting the enemy so that your attack doesn't stop midway. So get past Goria and the ladders. And you'll find your next heart container. From here, you're going to want to head due west and enter the first cave you see along the mountainside. These enemies are rather easy, just wait for them to jump into your slash. Get rid of the orange Goria by using a downward thrust. After you're done all that, head into the next room and grab the point bag. Now our last goal is to get the medicine for the old lady to help her daughter. And from here you're going to head due south, past this marsh, back to where we found our first 1-up doll. Head west along the road. And now that you have your hammer, you can destroy this rock here. And get past all these bagus and ladders, being careful not to let them group up. Otherwise you're gonna take a lot of damage. At the end of this cave will be the medicine you've been looking for. Destroy the orange Goria, who is blocking the way. And then the red Daira, and the second red Daira. After that's all done, grab the medicine and head straight back to Midoro Town. Try to stay on the road, especially if your health is low. Otherwise, head to Saria Town to heal up and then go straight back to Midoro Town. Now that we're back in Midoro Town, head back to the third segment of town after healing and give the medicine to the old lady. So now we have the fairy spell, we can take on the third palace, but before that, we need to put the second crystal into Midoro Palace, which is just to the northwest of Midoro Town. This is the end of part 3. In part 4, we're going to be going into Midoro Palace. If you're interested in more NES walkthroughs, SNES walkthroughs, PlayStation, or PC walkthroughs, go ahead and click that card on the top. Otherwise, this is Vault, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Check the timestamps in the description to jump to parts you're having trouble with. Our goal now is to go straight to Midoro Palace. So follow the road west and take the north path. Once you get to the swamp, turn west until you find a small little road here. If you're in need of magic, go ahead and step on this clear path in order to find yourself a red potion. Otherwise, just continue walking west until you reach Midoro Palace. Alright, first things first, go ahead and jump past the statue, hit it, and there's a chance that it would turn into an iron knuckle, and there's a chance for it to drop a red potion. If it is, go ahead and grab it. If it's an iron knuckle, run for your life. Run to the right, to elevator number 1. You're going to take the elevator all the way to the very bottom. Here you'll come across a few blue bots. Just kill them with a downward thrust to prevent slowing down, and continue right. From here you're going to find 2 Goomas, who you can kill the exact same way you've always been doing. Grab the key at the very end, and you're going to need to get rid of this Gooma if you haven't already. After you're done that, head back to elevator 1 and go up 1 floor. From here, continue left, and you'll come across a couple of Arnolds. They have the same attack as the Octoroks, but they are mobile, so you're going to want to try and use your downward thrusts on them while they're moving towards you. Watch out for the magic bubble. And from here, you're going to continue left until you find a blue Stalfos. Kill it the exact same way, and try to do it quickly before the second blue Stalfos comes and attacks you from behind. After they're both dead, continue left until you get the key, attack it, to grab it, and head back to elevator number 1. Here you're going to want to head up one more floor, back to the beginning of the palace. And watch out for these drips. Blue drips will spawn some blue bots. After you get past them, you're going to come across another blue Stalfos. Downward thrust the blue bots, and you'll come across your first new enemies, which are the blue Raws. They travel in a wave motion, so jump over them when they get low, and run under them if they're high. Avoid the drips coming down. Make sure to kill this blue bot so he doesn't knock you into the lava. Grab the key, and then continue heading left. Do your best not to get hit by the blue bots, otherwise they will knock you directly into the lava. Watch out for the drips again, and you'll be facing off against 2 orange iron knuckles. Destroy them the same way you've been destroying them back in the first palace. A fast moving magic bubble will also be in this room too. Do your best to avoid it. And continue left, and you'll find elevator number 2. Avoid the next 2 magic bubbles as best as you can, otherwise you can actually destroy them, but it takes a lot of hits to do. Take elevator number 2 down, and watch out for the blue Arno. As for this blue Stalfos, destroy it. Get rid of this blue Arno before you open up the door to stop yourself from getting hit. In this room, you're going to want to watch out for falling blocks as you try and get to point bag in the middle of the room. After that, continue hitting left, and you'll find your next key item, the power glove. Watch out for the drips, and the red iron knuckles will take about 3 hits rather than 2. Make sure to kill this red iron knuckle before opening up the door, otherwise you will take damage as the door is opening. Right now, magic still does not take priority over life and attack until the 3rd palace, so try and save it. After you've done that, grab the power glove. This allows you to break blocks, the same ones that were dropping down on you back in the previous room. So head back to elevator number 2. From here, head down 1 floor. You'll come across flying orange Moas. What they do is they'll end up dropping fire at your head as they come back round. Kill the iron knuckles as you move forward. Try not to take too much damage. The boss is coming up soon. In this room, you'll fight against a blue Stalfos. As for the statues against the walls, you're going to need to try and avoid their energy blasts or block them as you continue moving on. The good thing is, they don't take a lot of damage off of you. Kill the second blue Stalfos that falls from the ceiling, and cross into the next room. From here, you're going to want to avoid the magic bubbles as you make your way into the next room. Avoid going down the 3rd elevator, since that'll lead you directly to the boss. And in this room, you'll find the key at the end. As usual, destroy the Guma as you normally would, and collect the key. Take the elevator number 3 down 1 floor, and continue up the stairs. Be careful with your downward thrust, since now that you have the power glove, you'll be able to break the blocks that you stand on. If you're confident in grabbing a pea bag, go ahead and grab it. But make sure you destroy the bridges at the top before you grab the pea bag. That way you have enough room to jump up. Kill the red iron knuckle and continue into the next room. So kill this blue Stalfos and then unlock the door. Destroys iron knuckle and then the red iron knuckle that comes after it. And heal. The boss is in the next room. The helmet here is rather easy. All you have to do is do a downward thrust on its head. Unfortunately, it will come out and start shooting energy at your face. If you don't have downward thrust yet, you're going to need to time your attacks in order to hit its helmets off, and then time your attacks to hit its head once it's helmetless. But once you've killed it, go ahead and grab the key, unlock the door, and put the next crystal into the statue. Head east back onto the road and make your way back to Midoro Town. So this is the end of Midoro Palace. If you're looking for more walkthroughs, go ahead and click that card at the top. I hope you enjoyed this. This is Vault, and I'll catch you in the next one. Check out the timestamps in the description to quickly jump around in this video. From Midoro Town, you're going to head directly south of the King's Tomb, and you'll end up falling into a pit. As you're landing, make sure to hold down so the ladder just beneath you will be killed. Use your fairy spell to reach this high ledge and continue on to the right. From here, just want to kill the Mew, then the louder, and then the next louder and the Goria. Make sure to head around the island into the Island Palace. So, as usual, hit the statue, and if it's an iron knuckle, run for your life. If it's a red potion like this, take it, heal if you need to, and then go down the first elevator. Now in this room you're going to fight 2 new enemies, one mace chucking Helguma. All you need to do is run up to it and do a downward thrust. Next up is the Paltimus. They are essentially basically upgraded Stalfoses, but they're much stronger. After you're done killing them, continue right. And you'll notice that the floors here are actually breakable. So just do your best not to do a downward thrust on them and make yourself trapped. What you can do though is trap a bunch of kobolds. Just be careful not to get yourself trapped in there with them. Continue all the way to the right and you'll come across a new room with flying moas. Just continue right until you're in the next room. Don't worry about the blocks falling on your head, they don't do very much damage. In this room, kill the Muse, and make sure to grab the key and the pea bag as you're moving on. Destroy the Helmed Guma as you did the first time. And after you're done that, head right. Make sure to save your magic as you're going to need your jump spell soon. You can avoid fighting the red iron knuckle if you like, but yeah, you can avoid fighting the red iron knuckle if you like. Make a pathway up to the top of the bricks. And here you're going to want to jump right across the gap, avoiding the red Palace. From this room, kill the red iron knuckle here. And continue right and grab the key. Now you're going to head back into the previous room with the red Palace. As you do with the blue Palace, kill it the exact same way. I would recommend killing as many of the enemies as you see, since leveling up your attack and your life will be beneficial for you. Now from here, you're going to want to head to the right, killing the blue bot that's trying to attack you. And watch out for these mouths. They move in a L shape, so they'll attack low, then high, then low, then high. Block each attack in that pattern. Break the 2 blocks to get across. Make sure to watch out for this red iron knuckle, and then grab the key. Wait for the blue bot to throw himself off the edge, and then continue on. Make sure you're holding right when you destroy these blocks, otherwise you'll be pushed back into lava. Kill the red iron knuckle. And continue right to fight your first blue iron knuckle. These guys are very tricky. You kill them exact same way, but you need to block a lot of their attacks. The best way to kill them is to jump up and attack their helmet. After done killing the blue iron knuckle, go ahead to the right and grab the raft. Make sure to continually heal, since there are a lot of strong enemies in here. As you're going back, make sure you wait for the blue bots to throw themselves off the edges before jumping to the next platform. Head back to elevator number 2, and again watch out for the red moths. Follow the same pattern that you used to block them and you'll be fine. From this room you're going to continue heading left, destroying every moth that's in your path. From here, destroy the red iron knuckle, unlock the door, and continue left into the next room. Watch out for the kobolds, they're going to be charging at you, and the red iron knuckle. From here, you're going to be wanting to dodge a lot of the red moth attacks, until you see the key at the other side of the room. I recommend breaking the blocks as you go down, and then creating a path to the left. Don't take the path to the right, since you'll be seriously overwhelmed by red moths. If you have extra lives to spare, go ahead and just let yourself die, especially if your health is super low. There will be a lot of red moths to avoid, and it's much faster getting into this palace if you let them kill you, and you already have the key, since you'll start back at the beginning of the room. So after you're done that, head right to elevator number 3 and go down it. So watch out for the red Palmata that's going to be coming right at you. Attack its feet just like you would a style post, and after this, continue right. If you're 100 experience close to leveling up, then go ahead and use jump to get the speed bag, since there's only one room left until the boss room. And go ahead and level up whatever's closest. You'll be leveling up right after the boss. Kill this blue Goomba as you normally would. And in this room, you're going to want to watch out for the blue iron knuckle. Take the top path and watch out for the red iron knuckle that is going to be in your way. Kill it as fast as you can, and then after you've done that, break the blocks to the right and continue into the boss room. The boss is basically a blue iron knuckle on horseback. He's super easy and nothing to worry about. Try to keep shield on since it'll help you in case you're not confident in your attack timings. First off, you're going to want to do is wait for the blue knuckle to charge at you. Then as it's coming towards you, do a downward thrust and let yourself bounce off its head. After it loses about 5 bars, the horse runs away and you'll fight the blue iron knuckle. Now that it's off the horseback, fight the iron knuckle normally until it dies. And that's it. Grab the key that falls from the ceiling and continue right into the statue room and seal the palace. Now that you're done the island palace, head straight back to Midoro Town. Go back into the cave and continue left. At this point, you can avoid all of the enemies that give you less than 50 experience, since it won't be beneficial for you to try and farm from them. It's more efficient to farm in the future palaces now. Fall down the giant ledge and then continue left until you're back in the graveyard. From here, continue heading north back to Midoro Town. In the next video, we'll be getting 2 new spells, Fire and Reflect. Reflect, which is needed to complete the 4th palace, and the second sword technique, Upward Thrust, and the 1-up doll, and also rescuing a lost child, which we actually need to do in order to get the second spell, Reflect, and finally grabbing a magic container before heading into the maze palace. If you're interested in more walkthroughs, go ahead and click that card at the top to check them out. This is Walt, and thanks for watching. Hello and welcome back to Zelda 2 walkthrough. In this part of the walkthrough, we're going to be entering into Maze Palace. There are quite a few things to do before we go there. Click on the timestamps in the description to go ahead and skip around the walkthrough. Otherwise, we're going to need to exit Midoro Town here and use our newly acquired raft to sail to Eastern Hyrule. There are a few things you can do before you enter into Darunia Town, such as going down to the forest to find yourself a 200 point bag. Use your newly acquired downward thrust attack to jump over these moas. Once you're in Naburu Town, continue heading left until you find a woman who's thirsty. Talk to her. She'll tell you she's thirsty, so ironically there's a fountain here, so duck down, grab some water, and go ahead and talk to her again. She'll be so grateful for you helping her laziness that she'll let you into her house and you can talk to her father, who will teach you a very useful spell. and it actually literally does shoot fireballs. At this point, there are enemies who will only be vulnerable to the fire spell, so nothing left to do in here for now. If you need to recover your HP and magic, go ahead and do it now. We need to head south. In order to find ourselves a 500 point bag, it's worth going down here to find. And these enemies here are only vulnerable to fire, so you can either time your attack to destroy them, or you can walk right up and continually attack them. Make sure that every time you find a potion, specifically a red potion, that you do use light to heal your HP, and then pick up the potion. Don't do it in reverse, it'll just be a big waste of the red potion. After you're done killing the 2 Tektites, continue right into the next part of the cave. Be careful with this guy. He can damage you quite a bit. But if you don't want to take too much damage, then avoid him because he can actually kill you. He's not an easy opponent. After done that, grab the 500 point bag and exit back Naburu town. Find the women who will recover your magic and HP before you head north into Naburu cave. So now we're all fully healed up, and trust me, you're going to want to be fully healed up. Head north into Naburu cave. So what you're going to want to do is watch out for this Eggman here. For him, you don't need the fire spell, but you'll need it for the next enemy, which is called the Basilisk. So what you're going to do is you're going to spam your fireball attack. You can actually block his attacks, so don't worry about having to move. If it gets too close, your sword will push it away. And there you go. Once it's destroyed, head outside. You're going to want to follow the mountain all the way to the left past the forest and through the desert. As you continue going, you're going to enter into this side-scrolling area with a lot of blue Octoroks. What you need to do is you need to run and use downward thrust as you're running so that you don't have to stop. And you're going to enter into another side-scrolling area. It's the same side-scrolling area except with the addition of bubbles. So as before, don't let the bubbles hit in mid-jump or they'll knock you right into the water. Once you're out of there, go into Darunia town. So here we are in Darunia town. First thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to head directly into the left, into the second segment of town. Once you find the shortest house, which is the 4th house from the gate, you're going to want to do a run and jump to get on top of it, and continue right until you get to the house with a roof. From here, you're going to want to kneel down to drop into the house, and continue right to find the second soldier of Hyrule. This one will teach you the opposite of the downward thrust, the upward thrust. So as you would expect, it points up instead of pointing down. It's useful against MOAs, especially when they're above you, but other than that, I've never found a real use for them, unless you're trying to hit a statue that may have a red potion. There's only one thing left for you to do, and that is to go into the 3rd segment of town, which is directly left of the house you just exited. This will lead you to an old woman who is looking for her kidnapped child, which is on Maze Island, which is where we need to go to. Once you're done getting that quest, exit Darunia town. Alright, so now that we're outside of Darunia town, you're going to have to continue all the way back to Daruba Cave. But instead of entering it, continue heading right until you reach a bridge. To the southeast of the bridge is an area that contains a 1-up doll. Go into Maze Island, and the best way to get through here to get to the kidnapped child is to go south, then continue all the way to the right and follow the path until you reach the very end, which drops you into a pit with your first lizard man. In order to defeat him, you want to use the same tactics you used to fight the Iron Knuckle. After he's destroyed, go ahead and grab the lost child, put him somewhere such as possibly your pockets, I don't know, and you're going to want to take the long trek back to Darunia Town, returning him to the old woman in the third segment of town. Alright, so now we're back in Darunia Town. Make sure to recover your health and magic before returning the lost child to the old woman. After done that, you'll find an old lady back in the third segment of town. Enter into the house, continue all the way to the right as we've been doing to find the last few spells and get the reflect spell. Now, what they say by strengthen your shield, it just basically means it will reflect any projectile attack that comes at you. That includes maces, fireballs, etc., energy balls that enemies will shoot at you. It will either reflect it back at the enemy or disperse it entirely, preventing damage to you. The last thing you need to do is, if you haven't already, I strongly recommend you recover your magic and health before leaving. Otherwise, exit and go straight back to Maze Island. Try your best to avoid any random encounters you come upon. So from the bridge, you're going to want to go down, take your first path up, head right, up, and pass the first bridge, then head right and cross the second bridge. Turn left and take the bottom path and continue along that path until you fall down the hole, at which point you'll grab the magic container and exit. So once you grab the magic container and you're outside of the cave, you're going to head north and follow the path. And then up, left, up, right, up, left, up, right, down, and follow the path to the bottom right in order to find Maze Palace. Now as soon as you enter Maze Palace, an orange moe will come flying at you. You're going to want to run right past it, hit the statue, and hopefully a red potion drops. If it doesn't, then just continue right until you reach the first elevator. As soon as you reach the first elevator, take it down into the palace. So from here, you're going to continue right. You'll find a new enemy called the Wizrobes. They're scattered around the palace and can only be defeated if you use your reflect spell. In this room, you're going to end up fighting two blue Paltumas who will drop from the column, and the first Paltuma you meet will drop onto a pea bag. You're going to want to try and get it out of there so you can get free 100 experience. As for your second Paltuma, just run right past it and go down the elevator. Destroy the red Paltuma and continue right again. And from here, you're going to run across a crumbling bridge and jump onto the platform to the right. Destroy these kobolds. As for the Helguma here, use downward thrust to avoid taking too much damage. And continue right. In this room, you're going to want to jump up to the platform, destroy the top block holding the flame, so the flame drops, then jump to the second platform, destroy the top block here, jump over the mace, and the Helguma will throw himself into lava. Only thing you need to worry about with this Helguma is the mace. It will come right back at you. Grab the key, hit the statue, and hope that it's a red potion. If it is, heal up, and grab the red potion. Now the Helguma will respawn, and it's actually rather dangerous to try and jump, so if you have the magic, cast Reflect, and then wait for the mace to come at you. It'll be blocked thanks to the Reflect magic, and all you need to do now, run away from the Helguma. Now that you're back in the previous room, drop down into the hole you jumped over, and you'll land on a crumbling bridge. What you need to do is not stay on the crumbling bridge so you drop into the hole. Instead, continue right and avoid the magic bubble in the kobold, and there's also a Helguma to avoid too. In this room, you're going to be fighting a red and blue Paltumas, so just kill them as you normally would. And after that, if you have the magic for it, go ahead and cast Shield. You're going to be facing a blue Iron Knuckle. and these guys hit you for a ton of damage. So fight them like you would any other Iron Knuckle, but just know you'll likely be hit quite a bit and die if you don't have shield active. After you're done killing the blue Iron Knuckle, grab the boot and head back to the previous room. Here you're going to want to avoid the Helgumas again, continue left, and throw yourself down into the pit. Head right, and you're going to go ahead into another room to grab a key. So in this room, you're probably going to want to use life, since there's a Helgumas and a red Paltumas to worry about here. As usual, destroy the Helgumas with downward thrust and the Paltumas by using low strikes. Avoid this magic bubble at all costs when you're jumping, otherwise it will definitely knock you into lava. And the Iron Knuckle statue here doesn't drop a red potion, so don't bother trying. As you head back left to the previous room, do your best to avoid the magic bubble as you jump across. So from here, you're going to continue all the way to the leftmost room by following this path all the way left. Go through a crumbling bridge by jumping and using downward thrust as the statues come at you to prevent them knocking you directly into the lava. In this room, you'll be coming across wizards and blue bots. They're not much of a threat, just try and avoid the Wizrobe's magic attacks until you make your way into the next room to the left. So in this room, you're going to head up along the top side, destroying the moths as you go across. Never let them accumulate on the screen, otherwise you will be destroyed. If you can, try and make yourself a staircase, since it'll make things go a lot smoother after you get the key, since it'll make it a lot easier to leave this room. Take the elevator all the way back up to the top. So for an elevator, continue heading left into the next room. If the blue Paltumas comes out, then kill it, otherwise just continue heading left. Avoid as many of these Wizrobes as possible. Do not use your reflect spell if you're low on magic. You need to have your jump. You need to be able to cast jump in the next room. So cast jump, do an upper thrust on the ceiling, and grab the key. Then watch out for the red Iron Knuckle. After you kill the Iron Knuckle, continue past him. Dodging the kobolds on your way. Now this room is similar to the last room you got the key in, but you're going to be facing off against a Helguma. Kill him using downward thrust. After you do a downward thrust to get the key, go ahead and destroy the blocks to your right until you get to the B bag. From here, you're just going to keep breaking every block until you get back to the previous room. Now Now this time, continue dodging the kobolds again as you make your way to the elevator. The goal of this room is to get to the other side and grab the key. Watch out for the blue flying heads that are going to be flying at you. They both take away experience and they damage you. Once you've got to the key, hit the statue and hopefully you get a red potion instead of a red iron knuckle. From here, you want to make your way left, avoiding any of the kobolds and wizrobes that come to attack you. So from here, you want to continue heading left, cross the crumbling bridges, use downward thrust on the muse to get past them, and at the end, go down the elevator. And kill both blue Paltumas as you make your way to the boss room. In the next room, you'll be coming across a red iron knuckle. Destroy that and continue right, and you'll face off against one more red iron knuckle. Destroy that iron knuckle and continue into the boss room. The main strategy to defeat Karok here is to cast Reflect and stay on one side of the room. Since it uses the same attacks as the wizrobes, you can easily reflect it right back at Karok, destroying him quickly and safely. After that battle, head right, open the key door, and seal the palace and level up. At this point, you're going to want to try and balance out your stats now. Welcome back to Zelda 2 Adventure of Link walkthrough. Timestamps are located in the description, so let's get started. So now that you found those beautiful boots, continue walking along the water to avoid any of the forced random encounters. And you're going to want to head back to Naburu Town. Alright, so now that we're through Naburu Cave, if you need to, go ahead and enter Naburu Town and heal up. So before we head into the Ocean Palace, we're going to need to walk across the ocean here, find a heart bag and a point bag. Continue across the ocean, and continue, and there will be a hidden path to the north somewhere around here. Once you find it, just follow it along. From there, you're going to need to cast Jump. As soon as you get it, continue on and exit. You're going to want to head back to the path you took, and instead of heading to the Ocean Palace, You're going to look for the secret area just to the south of you, along the mountain. Now that we're inside, cast jump and jump to the top. And continue along until you get your 500 point bag. If you took a lot of damage, then head straight back into Baru Town and recover. Then you can go straight to Ocean Palace. But if your life and magic is perfectly fine, then go ahead and head straight to Ocean Palace. So from here, just skip past the statue since it doesn't drop anything, and go down elevator number 1. Continue right, destroying the blue Arnels until you reach the next room. Use your downward thrust, trying not to destroy the ground beneath you. And there are 3 magic bubbles in this room. Use Fairy, since you're going to be needing to fly up to the upper level. Return to the previous room to grab the key. And return back to the room on the right. This room has a crumbling bridge with Roz flying at you, so just jump up and use downward thrust. And downward thrust the point bag to get it safely. Watch out for the 2 red iron knuckles. In my recommendation, I recommend you destroy the blocks so that you don't end up actually hitting the red iron knuckle as you jump over. After you've done that, go to elevator number 2 and you'll find a new enemy. These are called Margos. They shoot flames at the ground, which stay on the ground as long as they're alive. On the upper level of this room is a key. You're going to wait for the blocks to fall down to create a path for you to reach it. The quickest way to do it is to have jump active and kind of make your own path as you wait for blocks to drop. As soon as you get the key, jump right across trying to avoid the orange moa that's flying around the room and continue into the next room. Here you're going to fight 3 orange iron knuckles. Also want to watch out for the orange moa that flies around the room too. Continue down elevator number 3. From here, continue left, destroying the blue bots, and watch out for the Margos that are going to be appearing as you make your way to the room on the left. From here, just continue heading left, avoiding the drippers. If you have enough magic for at least 2 jump spells, then go ahead and get the speed bag. Otherwise, you're going to need to use a jump spell to reach the key that's below this elevator. So head down elevator number 4. So for this room, you're going to need to cast your jump spell in order to get rid of this red iron knuckle and get the next key. Once you're done that, head right. You're going to want to keep going, avoiding the Margos and their flames unless you want or need the experience. Continue right past this room until you reach a blue iron knuckle, which I recommend having shield active for, since you can take a lot of damage fighting these things. Jump behind the wall to a hidden path. Continue right, and you're going to want to skip this elevator. Continue along the room, avoiding the kobolds and the Margos. After you get to the elevator, continue up. You're going to watch out for 3 blue style posts that are going to fall from the ceiling. Once they're destroyed, continue heading left, and in the next room you'll find another key. Now return to elevator number 5. Now return to elevator, which was the elevator we skipped. If you're low on health and have quite a bit of lives, just let yourself be killed at this point, since the next area we're going to has a bunch of Margos as well as red moths flying around the room, which is very hard to avoid taking damage from. Once you get into this room, head down elevator number 5. If you need to cast shield, since at this point we won't need to cast any more spells. So have shield active if you're not good at dodging attacks, and continue moving along until you get to the next room. As usual, continue destroying the moths because they do pile up on the screen and that makes them even harder to get through. In the next room you're going to find an orange iron knuckle, and have shield active again for the blue iron knuckle, since you will likely take damage while you're opening the door. After he's destroyed, jump up and grab the flute. You're going to want to return to elevator number 4 at this point. Do your best to avoid taking too much damage at this point, since the boss is coming up very soon. Do your best to avoid damage as you move towards elevator number 4, since the boss is coming up very soon. From here, if you're looking to get another key bag, continue heading left and wait for the Guma to fall down one more level, then wait for an opening and run across to kill it in 2 hits. The P bag is guarded by a magic bubble, so try and avoid having that thing come down the hole. Once you go back to elevator number 4, continue upwards, and this time we're going to head left, try to avoid the magic bubble that's bouncing around the room. And unlock the door. After you've done that, continue heading left. There is another P bag if you're looking for one, which is just past this elevator. This time we need to contend with a magic bubble, but your attack should be high enough that you're able to destroy it without too much trouble. And you're going to want to also watch out for getting trapped in a corridor with a bunch of magic bubbles and the red iron knuckle. As soon as you get the P bag, head right back to the elevator. And go down. Again, this is another place where taking damage is almost inevitable, so if you have the extra lives, just let yourself die. Do an upper thrust below the P-bag. And from here, just continue going left, destroying the iron knuckles that are in your way. If you want, you can actually create a path to climb up. Just watch out for the red iron knuckle that's above you. And there's a blue iron knuckle guarding the final key that we need. So if you don't want to fight the blue iron knuckle, do exactly as I'm doing to make a path upwards. Instead of making a hole directly downwards towards the key, you're going to want to make a staircase-like thing. So that it'll be a lot easier to get the key and get back up before the blue iron knuckle tries to destroy you. Go back to elevator number 7, and you're going to ride it all the way to the top. Have shield active when you're going through this room, since the boss is literally coming up next. Make your way all the way up. Use the last key after destroying the orange iron knuckle. Unlock the door and continue right. Have shield active for this blue iron knuckle. You're going to have to activate shield. And in order to damage him, you're going to need to run up to him after he attacks, do a low strike, and then back up as fast as you can. The low strike will push him backwards, giving you enough time to escape his attack. And just continually repeat that pattern. Try to always only go and attack him once he strikes. Otherwise, just bide your time. After he's dead, the usual key will drop from the ceiling. Grab it, unlock the door to the right, and seal the palace. Now, as usual, it's up to you which one to level, but still, attack and life will be your best friends throughout the entire game, so as usual, I'll recommend those. If you reach level 8 with one of your stats, work on another stat to bring it up to level 8 too. So that's the end of Ocean Palace. We're going to be going into the Hidden Palace, which, as you would suspect, is a hidden palace. So if you're interested in more walkthroughs, go ahead and click that card at the top. Otherwise, this is Vault, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So welcome back. This time we're going to be heading into the 6th palace to place the final crystal. The timestamps are located in the description. So from Ocean Palace, continue heading left, go back to Narubu Town, especially if you need to recover, which I don't see you having to since you sealed the statue. And from Narubu Town, head south to find a creature that can only be blown away by using the power of the whistle, which is strangely familiar to Mario's warp whistle. After you pass the creature blocking the river, you're going to be coming across a wall of lizardmen. In the first wall and the third wall, you're going to be fighting against an orange lizardman. In the second wall, you're going to be fighting against a basilisk. I recommend not fighting and just trying to get through as quickly as possible, since you're going to want to conserve your health because the town is not yet nearby. So once you pass the third wall, follow the road, past the graveyard, and continue across the bridge. Here at the bridge, you're going to want to try and avoid all the bagu-bagus. You're going to want to avoid as many of the bagu-bagus as you possibly can. After you're done that, continue heading right. If you look to the south, that is called 3-Eye Rock. That is where you'll find a hidden palace, but right now we're looking for the heart container. Now at this point we have all the heart containers, and the final magic container is located in the next town we're going to, which is Kasutu Town. Now before we go to Kasutu Town, we're going to need to wander around here to find a 200 point P bag, which is located in the middle of this forest section to the right. After you've done that, continue heading north into Kasuto Cave. In Kasuto Cave, you're going to be fighting against 3 Tektites, which you'll need to cast fire in order to kill. As for the second part of the cave, you're going to be fighting against an orange lizardman at the beginning and a red lizardman at the end. And you're going to want to break down, and you want to create a clearing in the woods to find new Kasuto Town. So at this point, all you need to do is continue heading right until an old woman comes out of her house. From here, you need to talk to her, go into her house, and continue right. You'll suspect another wizard will give you a new spell, but instead, you'll find a magic container. So now that we found the final magic container, we're going to need to continue heading right again, this time to find the wizard. We're going to head into the second segment of town to find the wizard. Go into the house with the open door. And you're going to want to walk to the fireplace and press up to access the hidden area to gain your second last spell. Have spell selected, and exit. Spell only has one use, and that is to reveal a secret in this town, which gives you a skeleton key, which will open up every palace door in the game. So once you reach the third segment of town, you're going to cast spell, and a hidden rock formation will appear. Enter into it, and you'll find the skeleton key. So at this point you're ready to tackle the hidden palace, recover your life and magic, and then head back to 3-Eye Rock. So once you exit Kasuto Cave, head south back to 3-Eye Rock, stand in between all 3 rocks, and use your flute. So first off, we're going to want to head right, hit the statue, hopefully it's a red potion, if it's a red iron knuckle, run for your life, and then continue down elevator number 1. If you need point bags, continue right, and you're going to cast a jump spell to get the point bag on the right side. There's also a second point bag to the left. We're going to avoid those two since those are really out of the way, and continue down into the next room. From here, all palace doors are open to you, thanks to the magic key. Continue right. As you can tell, they're whiz robes. Continue right, destroy the Helguma that's in your way, and try and avoid the maces he throws. From here, destroy the blue iron knuckle as you normally would. Try to take as little damage as possible. If you can, back him up all the way into the hole and he'll throw himself right off. At this point, you have a choice. From here, you can fall down to reach a point bag, run to your left, otherwise you'll fall directly down. Bounce off the iron knuckle as you make your way back to the hole to drop down again. Drop down the next hole below you, and you're going to quickly get to the left side in order to get another P bag. All you need to do is jump back to the hole and you'll return back to the uppermost room you just left. Unlock the door, kill the blue iron knuckle if you need to, otherwise continue heading right. In this room there's a whiz robe and statues that shoot energy balls at you. You're going to want to try and avoid the whiz robe since the energy balls don't do a lot of damage to you. Continue into the next room, and if you're in need of experience, kill the blue iron knuckle, and then continue right past it, destroying the blocks to get the P bag. Otherwise, create a path for you to climb up and continue right. At the gap, you're going to want to do a run and jump in order to clear it, and after that, continue right. Avoid the orange moa flying around the room and the whiz robes that are teleporting around the room. At the third statue, you're going to want to have jump active so you can jump over the hidden hole. After you jump over the hole, clear a path through these blocks and continue to the right. So from here, I recommend having shield on since you're going to be fighting the same boss you fought back in the third palace, which is a blue iron knuckle on horseback. Like before, do a downward thrust as he charges at you, and once the horse goes down to its 5th bar, it'll run away and you can fight the blue iron knuckle as you normally do. After you kill him, a key will drop from the ceiling, which in my opinion isn't needed since you have the magic key already. But continue right and grab the cross. The cross allows you to see any invisible moas that fly around the screen, such as those invisible enemies you keep coming upon. So from here, destroy the 2 blocks that are blocking your way, and instead of jumping over the hole, jump into it. Cast your jump spell, destroy the 2 blocks up here, and then you're going to fight a red iron knuckle. Destroy him, grab the P bag, and continue heading left. You're going to end up fighting another red iron knuckle. If you can, destroy this magic bubble since it's one of the fast moving ones, and you want to try and conserve as much magic as possible. And this magic bubble gets in the way of that. Fight iron knuckle if you want, otherwise head left. So from here, destroy the 2 Paltumas you'll come upon. If you want to destroy the whiz robes, go right ahead. Otherwise, do your best to avoid their attacks. Now once you've gotten past the whiz robes, go up the elevator and wait right here for a second while the Helguma throws his attacks. After that, destroy the Helguma and cast jump. From here, you're going to head back to the room where you fell down to 2 holes to get 2 different P bags. Again, watch out for the Wizrobes, and the statue's energy attacks are what you should let yourself be hit by instead of being hit by the Wizrobe, since Wizrobe causes more damage. So here we're back in the room. If this blue iron knuckle is still alive, try and get past him without taking too much damage, and jump into the hole. Let yourself fall into the first hole, to the next hole, and you're going to land on a crumbling bridge. Immediately jump to your right. If you don't have enough magic to cast 2 fairy spells, then you're going to need to exit this palace. You will need to cast fairy twice in order to get to the boss. So you can do one of 2 things. Return to New Kasuto Town, which takes long, or do my method, which is exit the hidden palace, use the flute, come back in, and hit the statue at the beginning and hope for a red potion, and use the magic gain from that to recover your HP. And you can also repeat that by leaving the palace. Alright, so once you pass this key door, you're going to end up fighting a blue iron knuckle. Just like the first iron knuckle you fought when you first came into the palace, you can push him right off the edge. You just have to be careful about it. Or you can do downward thrust on his head to bounce right past him. As for the blue flying statues here, you're going to want to use your downward thrust to avoid getting hit by them. Also, as for the Muse, you're going to want to wait for them to actually jump into the lava all by themselves. After done that, continue heading right, and in this room you're going to be fighting against Wizrobes. If you're thinking of casting Reflect, just don't. Save your magic for the next room, which is going to require you cast Fairy. So, cast Fairy here, continue across, avoiding magic bubbles and drips. So watch out for the blue Paltuma that's going to drop from the ceiling, and the orange Moa that's going to drop fire on your face if you're not careful. Continue right past this key door, kill the Mew, and continue into the next room. In this room, you're fighting off against another blue iron knuckle on horseback. After done that, a key drops from the ceiling for some reason again. Continue right into the next room. So at this point, you have 2 paths. If you continue right, you can use jump and get to the right side of the room to get a 1-up doll. Just be aware there's a blue iron knuckle there, as well as 2 magic balls. You are going to need to destroy the blue iron knuckle as quickly as possible and destroy the magic balls before you get the 1-up doll. So we are going to avoid the 1-up doll, jump down, have your fairy spell ready. And then cast it. You'll want to fly up into this little pathway here. Stay at the top to avoid the blue Paltuma and continue right into the boss room. The Dragon Barba here can be defeated rather easily if you have shield and jump active. Shield will reduce the damage and jump will allow you to jump up and do a downward thrust on his head. Just don't do it if you know you're going to fall directly into the lava. Its only vulnerable spot is its head, so you need to jump up and attack it. Or you can pick one of the pits of lava that you think it's going to come out of and just keep slashing at it. Hopefully you get it right and you'll get a free hit out of it. And that's it. Parapa is dead. So grab the key you don't need, open up the door to the right, and seal the palace. Alright, at this point, whatever's not level 7, you must at least have all your stats at level 7. The next palace is pretty hard, and that includes the bosses. We're going to do this ending a little bit different. We're going to cross this bridge, and we're going to get the final spell, which is actually the most powerful spell in the game, and also required in order to beat the 8th palace boss. Now that we have the cross, we can actually see the flying invisible moas. So enter into the first house, go down the stairs, talk to the wizard, and you'll get your final spell. And that's it. This is Thunder. You can use it any time. It's not required that you only use it for the final boss. I recommend you only use it for the final boss. That includes all the enemies you find in the next palace, even though you may want to use it. So anyways guys, that's it for this part of the walkthrough. The last video is coming up. The last part of the walkthrough is coming up next. If you're interested in more walkthroughs, go ahead and check out that card at the top. Otherwise, this is Vault, and I'll see you guys next time. Welcome to the final part of Zelda 2 Adventures of Link. We are now heading on our way to the Grand Palace, so check the description for the timestamps and let's get going. First off, you're going to want to cross the bridge to go back to the cemetery. Once you're there, cross the cemetery into this little opening. Red lizardmen throwing rocks at you. As for the moas flying around, you're going to want to use upward thrust on them or downward thrust, just to stun them since they can get in the way. From here, head down and right to reach a cave with a red potion. After you're done that, head left and you'll be forced into a random encounter soon. So once you're in here, you'll come across 2 orange lizardmen. The first one will be here in this little space here. You're going to need to destroy these moas that are flying around, since they will more than likely knock you directly into the lava. Jump over the lava and you'll come across your second orange lizardman. You can actually make this jump, but using jump makes it so much easier. Then head left. You'll find yourself a pea bag. Escape that and head north. You'll come across another forced random encounter. Just like the first forced random encounter, you're going to need to destroy the lizardmen and then the moas too. Go ahead and jump past the lavas. And jump across and you'll find another orange lizardman. Try to keep your health as high as possible. The Grand Palace actually has very irritating enemies in the sense that they can hit you a lot before you have a chance to heal. So like before, use jump if you're not confident in your jump abilities, and continue heading north. There are 2 parts to this mountain tunnel. This part contains moas and gilbox. At At this point, you probably will need to cast Shield and avoid the Sketlar since he takes very long to kill and he can actually take off a ton of damage off you if you have a chance to kill him. Jump over this blue lizard man using your downward thrust, get past him quickly, and then continue into the cave to the left. Enter into the final random encounter. Kill the red lizardman the same way you've been killing the orange lizardman. Destroy the Moas so that there's no danger of crossing the lava and getting knocked down. You'll come across the final red lizardman. Cast jump if you need to, and jump right across. Continue up into the cave. If you can kill the blue lizardman without taking damage, kill him, and then you'll come upon the red lizardman. As before, kill them both using the same techniques you use on the iron knuckles, and you should be able to kill them without taking too much damage. And after you kill those two, just continue right. The Grand Palace is next. So if you're low on health, cast life, and then continue into the Grand Palace. The force field disappears if and only if you place the final crystal in the hidden palace. Head down the first elevator, go straight down. To the left you'll find one of your first new enemies, the Focal. If you need experience, kill him, otherwise try and avoid fighting them, since their flames do bounce backwards at you even if you avoid them. There's a hidden hole there that drops you down into the blue bots, so you're going to want to jump over that spot where you saw me jump, and continue down the elevator. Continue all the way to the right until you get to the elevator, through screens which have no enemies at all. In this room you'll find another Focal. This one you must destroy. Just keep knocking him back to where the elevator is. It's likely that he'll fall down the elevator shaft. After that, go down the elevator. Now this room is really safe. All that you'll find are gold raws flying around, and all you have to do is jump up and use downward thrust on them. Continue breaking the blocks to the right until you reach the next room. And before we get to the next room, there is an enemy there. It's the second most dangerous enemy you'll find. That is a red Focal. This one is armed with a sword and will jump up just like a Paltumas, and also fights just like an Iron Knuckle. So it's very dangerous, and I recommend not fighting him at all. If you have enough magic to cast shield, I recommend you cast it, jump over him with it, and hit him with the downward thrust to bounce past him. There's one thing I recommend you do before you go into the next room. If you are both low in magic and health, I recommend you continually farm this room by exiting into the next room, then coming right back into it, and killing gold raws to fill up your magic to heal your health. I'm going to do that for a bit. Alright, so after about 10 minutes, I got 3/4 of my health back, as well as enough magic to cast shield. So in here, make sure shield is active, and you're going to want to wait for a red Focal to jump right at you, run under it, and try and dodge his attacks while trying to get to this breakable blocks as fast as possible. What you need to do is do downward thrust on the blocks and escape down the elevator, otherwise you're dead. If you have enough magic for jump, go ahead and go through a secret passageway to this wall to the left and hit the Focal statues you find. If you get a red potion, cast life if you need it, and then continue down. Do the same for this hidden wall, and after that, continue straight down. From here, continue right. You'll come across a Focal again, and this one is a little bit easier. All you need to do is push it to the edge of the screen and it'll fall off. These red Arnolds here are easy to kill. Just jump up and do a downward thrust. Same with the gold raws that are flying around the screen. So in this room is the blue Focal, the strongest enemy in my opinion, and you're going to want to have jump active. What you need to do is break a path to the very top. That way the Fockle can't jump up at you, because it has the same attacks as the Iron Knuckle and the Red Fockle, and it is incredibly fast at that. It is not something to trifle with. So what you want to do is continue running as fast as you can to the other side of the room, destroy some blocks, try and dodge it as you make your way to the top as fast as possible. Make sure it's at least 5 blocks high, that way the blue Fockle cannot jump over it. So jump down and be careful of its attacks. From here, jump over the red Arno. Do not stop at all, otherwise you are going to fall. If a blue potion has fallen from the blue Arno, go ahead and get it, and then jump, go back to the previous room, and then exit back. Again, cross over the crumbling bridge all the way to the end. There's a magic bubble under the lava, which will safely not come near you, and you're going to want to head straight down. In this room will be a Desu bubble. Run right past it, and do not destroy it, otherwise 2 magic bubbles will pop right out of it. Watch out for the Fockle here, continue hitting it to push it back, so you can avoid getting hit by its fireballs. As soon as you destroy it, continue right into the next room. So this room has a blue Fockle and a Desu bubble. If you're low on health like me, this will be the scariest room you'll encounter. What you need to do is wait for the blue Fockle to jump past you, and then run to the other side of the room as fast as you possibly can, and go down the elevator. So, like in the previous ones, go left through this hidden passage. This time, if you have magic, cast jump and hit this Fockle statue. Hopefully a red potion comes out. If not, run for your life. Now this is the happiest place in the Grand Palace you'll ever see. To the right of us, we will find a ferry. Be careful not to destroy the block under the ferry. After you get the ferry, create a path to the left. You're going to want to head to the left to get yourself a 1-up doll. Watch out for the blue bots, and just wait for them to jump into the lava. Continue to the left room and you'll find yourself the final 1-up doll in the game. Wait for the blue bots to jump into the lava again as you make your way back to the elevator. Once here, continue left and you'll find a blue bot. Don't worry too much about the blue bot, instead worry about the Fockle that's coming up. If you can, run right past it to avoid taking too much damage. The boss is coming up really soon. Continue breaking blocks until you find yourself a hidden pit that leads into the next room. From here, head right, and you'll find a bot master. Give yourself a bit more of an opening to get through, and then jump up and do a downward thrust and explodes into a ton of blue bots. You can ignore them and continue heading right. Now in the middle of this crumbling bridge will be a pit which you can drop down from. Just watch out for the mews that are here and let yourself fall. From here, if you're low on magic, because we're going to need to cast the thunder spell, head left here into this room, break the blocks, and hopefully one will yield you a red potion. Either this pillar of blocks here or this pillar of blocks here will yield you a red potion. If it doesn't, consider yourself soft blocked. You're not going to be able to defeat the boss coming up. And because of that, you're going to have to force yourself to die to recover that magic that you desperately need right now. Once you're ready, head into the boss room. From here, have thunder ready. And then wait here. Cast thunder as soon as the boss appears. There's 2 spells which you should have active, shield and jump. This boss attacks very fast, and the boss's only weak point is its headdress. Never jump directly up to attack. Otherwise, there's a very likely chance you'll get hit by the fireballs coming out of the headdress. The best way to go about this is to jump up and slash up as you go up, and down and slash again as you're falling down. And doing that can actually get you 2 hits on the boss. Also, once the boss reaches half health, it'll attack twice as fast. So after the fight with the Thunderbird, you have 2 options. Continue right into the final boss room, or continue left and see if another red potion can be had from that second pillar we avoided the first time. As you can tell, my health and magic are incredibly low, so I'm gonna head back to the pillars and hopefully a red potion will pop out. If not, let yourself die. Alright guys, so welcome to the final battle. Continue heading right until you find a little wizard there who's going to taunt you, and begin your final battle with Ganon. No, just kidding, Shadow Link. Alright, there are 2 ways to beat him. One is to run into the corner of the room, but first use your shield and stick into the corner of the room. And the other is to stay in the middle of the room. That is literally your only strategy. Stay on one side of the room and slash, and Shadow Link will be destroyed. Very fast, very easily. And once he's finally destroyed, the wizard will present you with a Triforce of Courage. And congratulations guys, you have just beaten Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link. And with that, Zelda is awake. So guys, I want to thank you for watching this walkthrough. I want to thank you guys for Alright guys, so I want to thank you for watching this walkthrough. I really appreciate it. And if you're in your neighborhood to watch more walkthroughs, as usual, click that card at the top. And a little thing we get at the end is the credits, and after all the credits, we get to replay the game. When you replay the game, you'll retain all your stat levels and all the key items. The only thing you don't get to keep are the magic containers and the heart containers. Those you'll have to find again, but really you have everything. And that includes the master key, which opens up every door in every palace. So no more key hunting, just go straight to the boss. So enjoy the credits guys, this is Vault, and I'll catch you guys in the next walkthrough.